This video is going to solve the countCode method in the CodingBat string 2 class. This method is looking for you to count the number of times the string code appears anywhere in the given string, except they make it a little bit more complicated because the third character doesn't count. So what we really want to know is if the string starts with CO and ends with E for every 4 characters. So we're going to want to do that sliding window again like we did in the last video. So we're taking 4 characters at a time using our substring method. And we're going to come on over here. If you're not familiar with substring, take a look at this. It takes 2 points, so we can cut 4 characters and it returns a string. And then there's 2 methods that are going to be very helpful for us. It starts with, which returns a true or a false, and then correspondingly there is an ends with that returns a true or a false. And it takes a string as input. So I'm looking to see if it starts with CO and ends with E. So now that we've thought the logic out a little bit, let's write the actual code. So we need a counter, initialize it to 0, and we need a sliding window that's going to let us put in 2 numbers into that substring method to cut out 4 characters at a time all the way across the string. So we're going to start at 0 because all string index points start at 0, remember. And we're going to stop at length -3 because we're doing a less than. Oops. So that we have still 4 characters left. And we're going to do an I++ because we wanted to start at 0, then at 1, then at 2. So the first time through we're cutting characters 0 to 3, then 1 to 4, then 2 to 5, etc. So now we're just going to use the substring to get the piece of the string that we want to check each time through the loop. So we're going to, again, we're cutting this input, right? That's what we got the length of, and that's what we're going to want to cut now. So these are my inputs. And I want it to change each time through the loop, so I can't hard code numbers here. I'm going to use that I that I set up, because I will change for me. So the first time through the loop when I is 0, my end cut point is going to be 4 characters past that. So the first time through it'll be 0 and 4. Then when I becomes 1, because I did the I++, right, it'll be 1 and 5, etc. So each time through, this is now doing a nice sliding window. Now all I have to do is I can use that nice starts with method that I found from the string class. But I'm going to call it on this guy, right, not the input. I don't care, because if I did it on the input, I'd only always be looking at the start of the input. I want to do it on check it, which is sliding across the window for me. So if check it starts with, and I want to know if it starts with CO, and if it ends with E, then I have matched my criteria that CodingBat is looking for here, right? So COPE will count, CODE will count. I only care if it starts with CO and if it ends with E. I don't care about that third character. So that's how I'm taking care of this here. And if those are both true, I can increment my count. Then all I have to do after my loop is all done, so after this curly brace, which corresponds to my full loop, I'll return count. And that's that solution.